Awesome. Okay. Hi. Hi, everyone. I see that you're using the chat. That is great. So, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Carla Plasencia, and on behalf of the student world, I welcome you to this live session, A Study in Hong Kong. I hope this live session will help you to learn about all the amazing opportunities that Hong Kong has to offer. Um, if you have any doubts during the presentation, please type them on the second window of your chat tab, the one that says Q&A. I will track all the questions and select some of them for the Q&A session at the end. Now, I would like to introduce you to the four amazing institutions that will be with us today. They are the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, the Chinese University of Hong Kong, the University of Hong Kong, and the Education University of Hong Kong. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. And let's begin with the presentation.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you once again for joining this session with us, and happy to see you all here from all around the world. I'm Katie from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So I will first give you an overview of Hong Kong, and then we'll start with the introduction of our university. So Hong Kong is in Asia's world city. So this is the picture of our Victoria Harbour, which is a major tourist attraction of Hong Kong. If you have been to Hong Kong before, you know that Hong Kong is a very beautiful city with lots of skyscrapers and also good scenery. So the reasons that why you have to choose Hong Kong as your university destination. So here are some reasons behind. First of all is that Hong Kong is actually a gateway between both China and the surrounding Asia Pacific regions. So we are within like 5 hours of flights that we can reach to almost half of the world's population. And we are in a very good location for doing business and for investment. Most of our multinational corporations, they have been set up their headquarters in Hong Kong. So you will definitely find lots of opportunities after you graduate here in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong, we are in an international city that most of us can actually speak both Chinese and English. So non-local students are definitely no problem on the culture integration and also for communication. And we are offering a world-class education that we have a total of 8 government-funded universities in Hong Kong, and most of us are ranked top 100 in the latest QS ranking. So we are very proud to say that we are offering quite a high quality of education, and the degree that you get here in Hong Kong is truly world recognized. So for the career opportunities after you graduate here in Hong Kong, so we have a very welcoming policy for non-local graduates. You can actually get a 1-year visa-free period after you graduate in Hong Kong. So that means it's a very simple way that you can simply extend your student visa before you graduate, and then you can get a 1-year visa-free period for you to stay in Hong Kong, to explore Hong Kong or look for other opportunities, look for job without any visa limitation. So that's why many of our non-local graduates, they will choose to stay at Hong Kong instead of go back to their home country, because they can find lots of good opportunities here and they can even secure a job here after they graduate. For the cost of study here in Hong Kong, we are offering a affordable quality of education compared with other popular destinations like US, UK, or Australia, that you can spend half of what you will have to pay in this kind of countries in terms of tuition fees and also living expenses. And actually, each of our government-funded university in Hong Kong, we offer quite a generous scholarship schemes for non-local graduates, and we will explain it one by one later. So let's start with something about PolyU. So this is the map of Hong Kong, and the black dots here is actually the locations of other universities in Hong Kong. So PolyU, we are quite unlucky one. That's our locations are more in the urban areas, and if you have been to Hong Kong before, I'm sure that you know where is Tsim Sha Tsui. That is lots of good restaurants, large shopping malls, cinemas, and museum at that place. And PolyU, we are actually located at a place right next to Tsim Sha Tsui. So it's a very convenient place, and also the campus environments are very good. So many local students like these places and this destination a lot because they can really find what they need nearby. And for the facts and figures, we rank number 75 in the world, and we rank number 6 in the world's top young university. And we have over 14,000 of undergraduate students from over 50 countries and regions. And as an international university, English would be our official teaching language here. And in PolyU, we are offering quite a comprehensive and practical programs with over 50 plus majors and also more than 45 minors here. So some students and parents may have confused with our names like Polytechnic, that you may think that we only offer science-related major. But actually, apart from science-related major, we have our business school, we have our humanities program, we have our design school here, and also our hotel and tourism management programs for you to choose. So I won't go into very details on the full program list that we offer, but you can check it out at our Study at PolyU website, and I will also send you a link here at the chat box later. So apart from the academic programs, we also have 4 unique characteristics that make us like a bit different from other universities. So first of all is that we have a compulsory work integrate education. So it's actually a compulsory internship opportunities for all students to join. That means no matter you study what kind of majors or what programs in PolyU, you are required to conduct several number of working hours before you graduate. So it's one of the graduate requirements, and this compulsory internship opportunities can be provided either by the university itself, because we have our own career office that they will help to post out the available job vacancies in our intranet, and you can simply apply for it. Or if you have your own connections in your home country that you would like to go back to your home country to conduct this internship, we also welcome, as long as it is related to your major. And we also host different kind of career fairs and recruitment talks by inviting the employer to explain the job nature to our students, so that our students will know what the company expect to employ before they really step into the industry. And this slide shows that here are some well-known brands and companies where our students work as interns before. And with this compulsory internship experience, so that's why we have a very high employment rate in PolyU. So in 2019, we have nearly 98% of our graduates, they are fully employed or they choose to pursue further studies. And even half of them, they have been secured their first job offers within 6 months. So we are very proud to say that with this compulsory internship opportunities, our students are very confident to enter into those industries that they wish to before they graduate. And this is our salary analysis in 2019. So based on different faculties and schools and major that our graduate from. So the average salary that our graduate got would be around 16 to 18,000 Hong Kong dollars per month. But if students they are graduate from like health and social sciences major, their average salary can be get up to around 30,000 per month. So it really depends on which major that you graduate from. And another compulsory element for our students is we have our compulsory service learning. So service learning is actually focused on a wide range of theme projects that students can choose to learn something that is not really related to their major, and then to learn something new and to help those people in needs in different areas, not only just focus in Hong Kong, but also they can choose to go to China, Rwanda, Cambodia, and more. So many of our students are actually quite impressed with our service learning projects because they can really learn a new skills, a new set of skills, and to commit back to the society. So for global exposure, we have a list of over 250 overseas university partners where our students can conduct a semester exchange or a summer school exchange overseas. So students won't have to defer their graduate period. They can transfer their credit back from their exchange university to PolyU study. And students just need to pay the tuition fee at PolyU, while at the same time, they can enjoy a completely different overseas learning experience and culture. So this map shows our student exchange network. So our students can choose to conduct exchange in not only Asia countries, but also UK, US, and other Europe countries. We also have different summer research programs and summer schools programs for students to join. So these kind of overseas exchange opportunities and summer school programs opportunities that can be covered by our scholarships and sponsorship schemes. So students don't have to worry about it may give you extra like financial burden for having this kind of overseas experience. And we offer a list of student service. So we have our own health clinic in PolyU, and we have a team of professional counselors that will take care of your psychological health, and every student will be assigned with one academic advisor that helps you plan along your university study, while at the same time you can also join different activities in the university. And for accommodation, for non-local students, we guarantee the first 2 years of university managed housing, and we have 2 student halls in PolyU. So both student halls are under walking distance to PolyU, and it's a very convenient places and also surrounding with a very good neighborhood. And for our student hall, we have different facilities inside, including swimming pools, sports facilities, gym rooms, and other events rooms. And at the right side is actually one of our example of our student rooms. So it covers basic facilities inside, and basically will be 2 boys or 2 girls. They will be sharing 1 bedroom, and then 4 students will be sharing 1 bathroom. And in the PolyU community, you will find lots of student associations, teams, and clubs for you to join. And this kind of activities is not only limited to local students. So we host different cultural events for non-local students to share their own cultures and also share their own traditions with other students as well. So here comes our admissions requirements that's for you to get into PolyU. So basically, you need to fulfill the general requirements that is actually your qualifications that you're doing with your high school now. And you also need to fulfill the English requirements that's because all of our programs are taught in English. And some programs, they may have specific subject requirements, like if you interest in studying some programs related to health and social sciences. So you may have to have a good result in science subjects. So do check it out at our website for more details. And all non-local students are required to conduct interview. And the interview can be either conducted by Skype, by Zoom, or by telephone. And for the minimum general requirements, so we do accept a list of world-recognized qualifications like IB, A-level, and American curriculums. So for those other qualifications or other national qualifications, so that are not listed here, no worries, we do accept a list of this. So I will also send out a link of our admission requirements later on for you to have more details. And for English requirements, so if you are holding IB or A-level results, your English requirements can be waived. While if you are holding other national qualifications, that you may need to have TOEFL or IELTS results for you to get into PolyU as well. So for the fees and expenses, so for tuition fee, you need to spend around $18,600 annually in PolyU, and add on with some university accommodation, personal expenses. So the total annual expenses for you to study in PolyU would be around US $26,800. We do offer merit-based entry scholarships for non-local students, and it is based on your academic results and also interview performance. So we have 3 tiers of entry scholarships, from half tuition waiver to 135% of the tuition fee. So what means by 135%, it means that what we cover is not only your full tuition fee, but we also give you extra living subsidy for you to spend in Hong Kong. And this kind of entry scholarships are renewable subject to your academic attainment here in PolyU. That means your GPA that you get in PolyU. So for the application, here is the timeline. So if you are looking for September 2021 entry, so our application would be until 30th of June 2021, and it's subject to places available and is on rolling basis. While if you're looking for 2022 entry, so our timeline is almost the same. So we will start our application in mid-September this year, and we will have 2 rounds of application deadline. So early one may also end on like late November this year, and main one will be end on like late February in 2022. And for the application, so it's a very simple, all go through online process. You just go to our e-admission portal, create an account, fill in the application form, upload all the supporting documents, and settle the application fee by the deadline. So here are our contact information. You can feel free to follow our Instagram and like our Facebook page to know more our updates of our non-local students, that what they are currently doing in like Hong Kong or in their home country. So I've done my part now. I will pass the time to the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Hello, I'm Alison Chen from the international team of the Chinese University of Hong Kong. We're also known as CUHK. You can see from this beautiful picture, this is our campus. After Katie's talk, you might have an impression of Hong Kong being very, very busy and very metropolitan. Yes, Hong Kong is very busy and a metropolitan city, but actually CUHK is located only 20 minutes away from the CBD, and you will arrive at our scenic and natural campus. Today, I'm going to share with you the unique college experience that you will have at CUHK. How unique will it be? I want to first start with the 3 stories of my students. So let's start with Kevin on the left. He's from South Korea. He actually spent his high school in Singapore and in UK. And he decided to join CUHK and study Bachelor of Laws. And at CUHK, he's now in his final year. He's a 4th year student. He didn't go on any exchanges or abroad activities, since he already has a very international background. Instead, he spent 3 summers doing 3 internships in different aspects of law. One summer, he works in an in-house legal department for corporation. And also another summer, he works in the international solicitor firm. And another summer, he followed a barrister. So with the 3 summers, he explored different aspects of practicing law. And the photo in the middle with the elephant, that's Anna. At CUHK, we also offer a range of courses, and some of the programs you actually have to go on an exchange as part of your graduation requirement. And hospitality and real estate management is one of them. This photo taken by Anna, she actually was in Thailand in her second year doing her first exchange. She also did another exchange in Australia in her third year. And on the right, you see Anmoy. He joined CUHK broad-based engineering. And in the second year, he decided to major in computer science, but he also discovered his interest in business. So he planned his study really well and then took up courses in our business school. And when he graduated, he actually had a major in computer science and a minor in finance. He already graduated last summer, and he's now working in a private investment bank in Hong Kong. Next, let me give you some background of CUHK. We are founded in 1963, and we cover 137.3 hectares of land. So you may wonder, how big is that? That is almost 200 football fields. We are the biggest university in Hong Kong, both in size as well as student population. We have 168 buildings and over 17,000 undergraduate students. They study at one of the 70-plus programs we offered under our 8 faculties. Being the largest university, we have lots of hostel places, the largest number in Hong Kong. So we can guarantee 3 years of on-campus housing for our international students joining us in the 2021 entry. And we have over 30-plus canteens offering local Chinese food, Western food, fusion food, vegetarian food, a range of food. That means that if you dine at a different restaurant every day, you do not have to repeat yourself for a full month. What if I don't like the food offered on campus? We have our own supermarket on campus, and all dormitories have a pantry, so you can always cook. And what my students say, if you're a good cook, you will have a lot of good friends. Our international community is also very vibrant. Out of the 17,000 undergraduate students, we have around 4,000 international students on campus from over 50 regions. On the left, you see the photo from ISA, the International Student Association. This is probably the first association that you'll be acquainted with, because they are the ones who organize the International Student Orientation Camp, as well as a lot of fun activities when you are in Hong Kong. If you are on a more serious activities like clubs and activities, we also have a lot of clubs such as the CUHK TED, which offers debating, public speaking, the different activities that you can join. And if you want to share your cultural heritage, also we welcome all our student association to arrange different activities to share their culture with our local students and other international students. After all, you come to Hong Kong to study, so we also offer quality education to all of you. In addition to like lectures and classes, tutorial, if you are a science engineering student, you also have a lot of laboratory work, and you can also join competitions, form your own teams, and our professor will tutor you, mentor you, and hope that you will learn something from all the competition and eventually win. Also, exchanges and internship are an important part of our student life, as well as physical education. Being one of the top 50 universities in the world, we are strong in different areas of subjects, as you can see in this list. If you want to screen capture now, feel free to do so, because you can go to our QR code later on to see what programs are being offered at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. And we are the only university in Hong Kong that offers a college system. So you may wonder, what is a college system? A college is a small community providing you pastoral care and whole person education. Or our students often say, it's like Harry Potter. You get sorted in one of the 9 colleges when you enter CUHK. And at your own college, you learn and share and grow with your college friends. The photo show on the right is a college high table dinner. So every time you get a chance to dress up and go to this college dinner together with your friends. And in this particular event, we also have a guest speaker sharing their life experiences and maybe technical professional talk with our students as well. Talk about fees and expenses. The annual fees comes to just under 25,000 US dollar per year. And at the university, we offer a range of scholarships if you're academically strong, and they are also merit-based. So simply apply to CUHK and you'll be considered for admission as well as scholarship. Again, screen capture now for this list of QR codes. Our application are open, and if you want to find out more about our requirements and also the application link, go to the apply. And also here are some of our events. You can join our upcoming events under the event page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch more student sharing or faculty information. Thank you very much, and I'll pass over to Ying.
All right, thank you, Alison, for great sharing. Being conscious of time, my apologies. That's my colleague's slides, actually. So my name is Ying. I'm from the admissions office at the University of Hong Kong. So I just want to make sure, I'm just going to touch on a few quick points so that you guys are aware a little bit about university as well as the programs that we offer. Let me just go past it. In the University of Hong Kong, students follow a broad-based curriculum in the sense that they can choose different majors, they can mix and match and find ways that will really enrich the undergraduate experience in a way that is customizable. And I think that's a great point I want to highlight here. The students coming into the university obviously is a great place for them to find like-minded students, to be able to talk, to find people that they to take on different projects. But at the same time, we want to make sure our graduates will be ready to go on and to do whatever they are ready to do next, be it further education, be it going into the business world, or actually making something of their own. So HKU had offered very rigorous program with a with the necessary foundation for students to do whatever ways they wish they could do in the future. I would like to tell you a little bit about our student. This is a student from Indonesia who have joined us a couple of years back then, and she took her bachelor degree in science, and then she went on to do a second major in finance. So a student taking a first major in nutritional science and a second major in finance, and go on, she's now working in McKinsey and Company in Indonesia. So as you can see, students will be able to take on things that they're passionate about. They can mix and match different programs and to expand what is potentially possible for them in the future. In this case, the student is very successful, and there are lots of different combinations students can do. Same time, HKU is well known for producing industry leaders, and as one of the oldest institutions in Hong Kong, a lot of our professors, a lot of the mentors, we have mentorship programs where students can get themselves matched with, and these people would help students to realize whatever their goal would be, either to provide some industry insight or to provide some connection. In some cases, to help students to secure jobs even before they graduate. Some quick numbers about HAU. In the past 14 years, virtually 100% of our students are employed. In the latest QS graduate employability ranking, we rank 9th in the world. Again, some quick rankings. I know, generally speaking, parents love rankings a lot more than students. But here, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that Hong Kong U, and also along with all the other universities in Hong Kong, offer world-class education. Hong Kong U being 22nd in the latest QS World University rankings. And close to 2/3 of our professors, close to 2/3 of our staff are actually not from Hong Kong locally. So students do not have to know Chinese. In fact, if you don't speak any Chinese, you will still be able to survive in Hong Kong. You still be able to do well in your studies. Here, I'm probably going to skip through it in like time. HKU is a comprehensive university. It means that the students entering into HKU will have a variety of courses they can choose from law, from engineering, from even say medical studies, science, business, architecture even. We offer a wide range of programs students can choose from. In addition, there are also interdisciplinary degrees that combine different disciplines where students can study courses from different faculties towards what we call the Bachelor of Arts and Sciences degree. At the same time, if you want to get into, say, a very professional area, you obviously can take on very professional degrees such as engineering program, which is accredited by the Hong Kong Institute of Engineering, and programs like architecture obviously is professional, medicine, or even law. Let me just quickly skip through this section. HA has over 370 exchange partners in the world, and that's from over 45 destinations. In the year before COVID, the number here, 10,000, our students have been able to go on to have overseas learning experience for over 10,000 overseas learning experience in just 1 year. To give you a perspective of what that means, actually, has over 30,000 students, roughly 30,000 students in the undergraduate population, which means that basically in just one single year, a third of the entire university go on to some sort of overseas learning exchange or experience on average. That goes on to show how international students coming into HAU are, and also how the international exposure that they potentially can gain. Actually, you also offer a number of university collaborative programs. These are sometimes we also name them as dual degree programs, where students spend 2 years in one institution and 2 years at HAU. So 2 years at HAU and 2 years at a partner institution, where they will end up graduating with 2 degrees. So these are undergraduate degrees only, and if you want more information, you're welcome to visit our website later on. In lifetime, I won't go into too much details, but as you can see, programs like university like Cambridge is a partner, UCL is a partner, UBC is a partner, etc. All right, so in terms of admission, the forefront, I just want to mention, since a lot of students are asking for scholarships already, that HAU, just like many other Hong Kong universities, offer scholarships to students. So basically, all the students who apply to HAU will be considered automatically for the Hong Kong U entrance scholarship. The HAU entrance scholarship is merit-based only, which means that it will be based on your either academic or non-academic achievement that's presented in your application form. You do not have to submit additional application. The scholarship can potentially cover all your tuition fee that you will need, in addition, and provide a subsidy on top of that as well to fund your living expenses if you are really brilliant students. So the chance is definitely there, and if you're interested, just submit an application to HAU. You will be considered for these scholarships, and it will be renewable at the same time. In terms of the application, depending on what high school background, what kind of academic qualifications you are completing right now, we accept a wide range of those programs. For example, the IBEDP, the GCA A-level, Canadian high school, the American system, French bac, and obviously for students in countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, we also accept the local qualifications as well. So you can check out the entire list of qualifications that we do accept on our website. A general rule of thumb is that the HAU application system opened a year before the actual intake. So our intake is going to be in September each year, which means that the application usually is open the September the year before. So this deadline right here on the screen is the deadline for 2021 intake for first round evaluation. If you are a final year student right now, the hope is not lost yet. We also accept late applications from now all the way till August, which will be assessed on a rolling admissions basis here, subject to program availability. So if you want to try, obviously aim at the same time also aim for scholarships, you are also able to make an application right now. You will still be considered. All right, so in terms of the requirements, I just want to mention that the information is on our website. So I do not want to spend too much time to go into details about that. And there will be also, on top of that, the program-specific requirements that would be required for students who want to apply to a particular program. Say, for example, engineering, then you will need to provide proof that you meet the math and physics requirements. You want to study business, you need to prove the English proficiency. And the language requirements, because the language, the medium of instruction at XJU is English, and the second language which is anything other than in English. All right, so just as I'm wrapping up, just to make sure students are also aware that you may apply with predicted results. We highly encourage students to provide the academic transcript and their academic history for the past few years in the high school, middle school, and high school level. And they will be able to continue to update the current applications that they have already submitted by providing new results, new documents, etc. All students are required to submit one personal statement, which is going to be used to outline why you want to apply to XJU and why you want to apply to a particular program, and preferably at least one reference, up to 2. And students have up to 5 program choices when they make their application. That means students can receive up to 5 multiple offers from the university based on their application and profile. So that's it from me. I hope I didn't overrun too much. The information, if you want to find out more, is xju.hk/international. That's the page where you can find out the latest admissions and also the latest program information. Thank you very much, and I will pass the time to my colleague.
Okay, so thank you, Ying. And so hi everyone. So this is Fred from the Global Affairs Office of the Education University of Hong Kong. So in the coming 10 minutes, so I will share some information of our university with you. So EDUHK is one of the 8 publicly funded universities in Hong Kong. We have a history of more than 160 years of experience in providing in-service teacher training. And EDUHK received world-class recognition. So according to the QS ranking, we rank 3rd in Asia and 16th in the world in education. So guided by the Education Plus vision, our academic scope is not limited to the traditional strength of teacher education, but has already expanded to a broad range of complementary programs offering in, for example, social science, humanities, and as well as creative art and culture. So students can benefit from a multidisciplinary learning environment, and so they can choose a second major, elective, and join the overseas exchange programs and other learning experience. So on this slide, you may see a set of photos of our campus. So on the left top corner, it is our swimming pool, which is part of our sport complex. And then we also have the fitness room, soccer pitch, basketball court, etc. And in the middle, you may see a bird eye view of our campus. So on the right top corner, it is our student hostel, which is just next to the academic building. So it is quite convenient. And then at the bottom right corner, it is the discussion zone in our library. So on this slide, you may see a list of our academic department under our 3 faculties, namely Faculty of Education and Human Development, Faculties of Humanities, Faculties of Liberal Arts and Social Science. And then we also have a graduate school focusing on postgraduate studies. So our undergraduate programs consist of 5-year educational program and 4-year non-educational programs. So you may notice that there's 1 year difference between the two programs. So for the 5-year educational programs, students are eligible to register a qualified teacher in Hong Kong and are able to teach in kindergarten, primary school, or secondary school. For the 4-year program in Humanity and Social Science, there's no such privilege unless students take 1 more year to obtain the postgraduate diploma in education. On this slide, you may take a look of our 5-year programs on offer this year. So students are required to choose their program at the time of the application. The choices are quite specific, ranging from business, language, mathematics, to science. And then there are 3 double degrees on offer this year. They provide flexibility to the students who wish to develop their career in education by earning a BEd degree. At the same time, if the student would like to acquire more knowledge of the field of interest by earning a BA degree, so they may prefer to do a double degree instead of a single degree. And all our 5-year Bachelor of Education program provide training at both primary and secondary level. So our students can gain cross-sectoral field experience, which avoid them to choose whether to teach in primary school or secondary school upon graduation. So for our 4-year programs on over this year, so we have Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Social Science. So special education, global and environmental studies, psychology are quite popular among the students. EDUHK has an extensive network of more than 200 partner institutions from more than 30 countries or regions. We encourage students to study abroad for at least 1 semester by joining the credit-bearing student exchange programs. So a student will be able to study in our partner institution, for example, in USA, UK, Australia, or Germany. Apart from the student exchange program, there are other learning experiences outside Hong Kong, for example, short-term programs, summer programs, service learning, internship, and cultural and language immersion programs. So these programs provide opportunity for the student to gain cross-cultural exposure and understanding during their study at the university. And EDUHK paid utmost importance of the non-local experience. So the financial assistance we provided to our students, namely Global Learning Experience Enhancement Fund, encourage at least 1 overseas experience for our students. So certain amount of subsidy will be provided to students to encourage them to take part in one of these activities. So here we would like to show you some statistics for your reference. So for our graduate, more than 95% of our graduates were employed or pursue further study. And the monthly salary of our BEd graduate is around $3,900, which is above the monthly salary within the territories. Okay, so let us talk about the admission requirement. So to be eligible, students need to fulfill 1 general academic requirement plus 1 English language requirement. So here are some general academic requirements. We accept the international qualification, for example, A-level, IB, SAT, ACT, or AP. So for the other qualification, you may scan the QR code on the slide and then refer to our website for details. So here are the list of the English language requirement. Because most of our courses will be taught in English, so we require a student to have certain English level. So for example, we accept the TOEFL, IELTS, or you can just simply fulfill the English language requirement in your examination, such as GCE or IB or SAT. So here you may get an idea of the estimated expenses per academic year. So for the tuition fee, it is around $18,000. and then we provide on-campus accommodation for our students. So for 1 year, it is around $1,700. The total expenses will be around $26,000. EDUHK offers various types of scholarship for outstanding students. So they have been established to encourage the pursuit of academic excellence and to recognize student achievement. So scholarship will be granted on the basis of academic merit, personal quality, contribution to community, and other factors. So currently, we have 3 types of scholarship under the entrance scholarship scheme, namely full scholarship, tuition scholarship, half tuition scholarship. So applicants do not need to apply for the scholarship separately. So when you submit the application, we will consider it automatically. So for the application timeline, you may notice that we have already opened our application for the coming September intake. And then the application deadline falls on the 31st of May. And then the orientation will start in the middle of August. And in September, the new semester will start. So to submit an application, you may scan the QR code on the slide and then to submit the application online. And due to a quota limited, so applicant having satisfied the entrance requirement will be considered admission on a competitive basis. So we highly encourage students to apply as soon as possible if you are interested in our university. So this is our contact information. So if you have any question, you can send us an email or you can contact us. So that's the end of my presentation. So I think in the coming around 15 minutes, it will be the Q&A section.
Hello again, everybody. Okay, so I have selected a few questions from the Q&A section. And I'm going to read them to you. The first one will be, what is the admission procedure and requirements for applying to your universities as an undergraduate international student?
Okay, maybe I'll take this question. It's very similar for our university. Basically, you just go to our website, and there will be application link to all our websites. So depending on which university you want to apply to, just go to our website. We'll post the website in the Q&A later. And then you can find all the different admission requirements, because there could be certain program-specific requirement, language requirement, and also the different qualifications that we accept. So you can find all of that on our website and go to the application link. We will all ask for a personal statement, your academic track record, any awards that you have won, any public examinations that you have taken. If you are going to take some examinations before summer, and then ask your counselor, your teacher to provide you with the predicted grades, have all these supporting documents ready, and then you can upload all your document to the application portal. Of course, ask your counselor to write you a recommendation letter and share with us. With all this information, our university team will review your application for admission as well as scholarships. If you're selected, you may be invited for an interview. And if you perform well in the interview, then you may get an offer and perhaps a scholarship offer as well. So just go to our website. We'll post them later on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Does anyone wants to add anything? Oh, good. Awesome. Okay, so the next question is about scholarships. So the question is, do you offer any scholarships? If so, what are the most important things to earn it?
Well, if no other colleagues want to take it, I will be happy to answer. Just give shed a little bit light on the scholarship application process. As most of my colleagues have mentioned, the scholarship is I believe most of scholarships at Hong Kong universities in general offer merit-based scholarships. That means that it will be based on the student's academic and non-academic achievement that's presented on the application alone. Sometimes there may be additional assessment based on, for example, students' interview performance, for example, based on students' other things, depending on what that scholarship is, that there may be additional scholarship based on whatever that additional eligibility would be. So I would say if you want to increase your chance to get a scholarship, then obviously you want to make sure you don't miss any of the deadlines, especially if a particular scholarship has a separate deadline. And in addition, you want to present a very strong application profile, depending on what you want to focus on, your academic strength. If you are able to show it in your application form, then that would also obviously increase your chance as well. So I would say that obviously I think that the details of how that application is, or kind of what would make you stand out, depends on the university, obviously. So I think a great way for you to do your research is to do it through the different universities' website, and also just make sure that you will be eligible. So that's I'm not sure if anyone else would like to add to that.
Oh, good. Perfect. Okay, so next question is it essential to study Cantonese or English can be enough?
So maybe I take this question. So I believe that actually all the university in Hong Kong are medium of language, teaching language would be English. So non-local students don't have to worry about like communication or teaching language or other problems, because all of our programs are taught in English. So it is not essential to to have Chinese proficiencies, or for you to know how to speak Chinese or Cantonese, whatever. Yeah, so just English would be enough for you, because we are an international university and we have lots of international students around our campus. So no worries.
Perfect. Thank you
I would like
very
to add
much.
one point that I believe there are students, obviously, if you're considering Hong Kong or you're going to Hong Kong for international education, obviously you're thinking, perhaps you are eyeing on the mainland China's market, a great market that's developing very quickly, and obviously you may want to pick up some Chinese along the way. So in different universities, I believe that most students, in order to graduate, they would have to take some sort of Chinese course. It's not going to be difficult. You can do a very elementary level course. If you want to do more, you want to be proficient in the language that perhaps you want to work in China in the future, you want to stay in Hong Kong where you may have to actually deal with locals, you want to know more about local that help you like navigating around the city, then those resources will be available for students. There are lots of resources, and I think the Chinese teachers in Hong Kong love international students, from what I heard. So you would definitely do great. You can definitely pick up the language in the time you spend here, depending on whether you want it or not. But it's definitely not compulsory in the sense that you need it in order to survive.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next question is, do you offer postgraduate programs?
Maybe I take this question. Yeah, I
Of
think
course.
all the eight publicly funded university in Hong Kong, we do offer a postgraduate program. So for detail, I think it is better for you to go online and then check it on our website.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Does anyone wants to add anything to that? Oh, good? Perfect. Okay, so do you accept the Duolingo English test?
I think it differs from each university. So, for example, the Chinese University of Hong Kong, we do not accept the Duolingo English test. If you want to find out what English tests are accepted by each of our university, again, just go to our website. We have a full list of recognized qualifications, both for academic as well as the English requirement that are accepted by our university. So just visit our website. I just posted a few links on the published answer section. So feel free to go and have a look. And my colleagues will also do so, publish their links on the Q&A session as well.
Thank you very much. Anyone wants to add anything?
HAU does accept Duolingo English tests, provided that students cannot sit for in a safe manner to sit for any physical exams. So because we know that currently with the COVID-19, there are exam cancellations. There are also difficulty in some point for students to access physical exams, depending on where they live, depending on where they are. So if students can't present, can tell us, so we encourage students to tell us if they're unable to meet our English language requirements, then we will actually allow students to use Duolingo English tests to fulfill the requirements. But again, I think one point here is that to make sure students know that it differs depending on the university you apply to. So you definitely should do your research, and also make sure you go to the website to see that you either meet or you are going to meet by the time you enroll in university the basic university entry requirements.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Another question here is, let me look for it. I lost it in the sea of questions. Here it is. Do you also accept admission for third-party scholarship organizations? For example, if they earn a scholarship from their governments, do you accept that? Is there any problem with that, or not?
So I guess that question is if you already have a scholarship from a third party, maybe your government, or you have company sponsored. Of course, we welcome self-financed students. So if you already have secured your own finances, do apply to our universities, and you just let us know in your application, because it actually shows that you are an outstanding student selected for a scholarship already. If you can provide that piece of information, it may actually help the application.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Anyone wants to add anything to that? Oh, good. Perfect. Okay. Can you share with us the admission deadline from your universities?
I think in our PowerPoint, we show our admission application deadline for this fall. Most of us ends just before summer. So you can definitely apply now, and you should really apply as soon as possible, because the courses all have limited spaces. Although at the moment we are going hybrid, but still there are spaces limitation, especially if you're looking for STEM related courses, such as there will be laboratory limitation. So do apply now. And I think for different university, our deadline is slightly different. Some ends in end of May, some end in July, or even June. So, but if you're applying tonight, definitely still open.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Somebody here is asking if you help these students with all the visa procedure.
I think all of the universities do. It is our mission to make sure students have as seamless as possible learning experience, and that will start from when they accept the university offer to getting prepped what they need to know to come into Hong Kong, as well as obviously getting all the paperwork process. So I think each university in Hong Kong would have a dedicated team to help students to get those information processed and make sure students can apply for a scholarship through the Hong Kong immigration department, so that they can get a student visa process as quickly as possible. That process usually would take, unfortunately, a couple of weeks. So if a student is getting an offer from us, if they are deciding to come to Hong Kong, we encourage them to start their visa application as soon as possible.
Excellent. Thank you very, very much. Um, Here is yes, that question is for me. Are we going to record this webinar? Yes, we are recording it, and we will post it tomorrow on our YouTube channel, The Student World. So you can check it there and play it again in case you had any doubts or want to go through some information again. Do you have any minimal age or maximum age for applying to your universities?
For CHK, we don't have a minimum age or maximum age, but like most students actually applies when they're around like 17, 18, because for the student visa application, if you are under 18, you may need a guardian in Hong Kong because you're not an adult yet. So most students actually apply 17, 18. When they arrive in Hong Kong, they will be either 18 or turning 18 really shortly. And for mature student, we also accept mature student, or depending what you are applying for. If you're looking for postgraduate, master, PhD, of course, student with some work experience are expected. So we don't actually have a maximum age on that. How about the others?
Yeah, for us, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University is actually same with CUHK. We don't have like a minimum age or like maximum age for students to apply. So do apply when you are doing high school. So it's all good.
Excellent. All the same?
Yes.
Okay, so here someone is asking if you can please repeat your email addresses or your contact information from each university. So maybe we can start with the Chinese university again.
Okay, I am actually typing in the published answer section. So I think you should be able to see it pretty soon. I'm typing. And it's ugapp2@cuhk.edu.hk. And this is our main inquiry email. And of course, you can also go to our website. And there will be a link to our inquiry as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
For us, hau.hk/international. Also typing in the chat, hoping I can get that pinned somewhere so that you can see. But it's hau.hk/international. If you have want to send in an email, you can also write to admissions with an S at hau.hk.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
So for the Education University of Hong Kong, so I've just sent out our email address in the chat box. So our email is gao@eduhk.hk. Yeah.
Thank you.
So for us, I'm also typing at the chat box. So our email address will be international.study, international, INTRNATLNAL, and then .study, STUDY, at polyu.edu.hk. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I believe we have reached the end of this live session. I really want to thank you all for joining us today. I really hope you enjoyed this presentation that it helped you clarify doubts. And thank you to our presenters. Thank you guys for sharing with us all this valuable information. And see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you.